The desert at night is a really terrifying place. Now, you ask anyone who lives alone in the middle of the desert, when night falls, strange things happen. Now, there was this man named Dave. Dave and his friend decided they were going to do some hiking. And they found this 5 mile trail out in the Superstition Mountains. So, Dave gets his father's hunting backpack and some hiking boots, and they head out to the Superstition Mountains. When they get there and they get on the trail, they get about halfway, about 2 miles into this hiking trail, when they see this rock formation off the trail. So they decide to go to it and take some pictures. When they make their way to this rock formation, they start to realize that they couldn't find the trail again and that they were lost. And they start to panic because the sun was starting to go down. So Dave, having lived in the desert for some time, realized that it would be dangerous for them to walk in that terrain late at night. And so he decided they should just stay put. Well, they put their backpacks down and they sat back to back. And as the sun went down over the mountains, it became pitch black. They could not see anything in front of their face. About an hour after the sun went down, they started to hear these whistles. And it sounded like someone was blowing some sort of horn or whistle, and it was just repetitive over and over again. Soon the desert went quiet. But then they can hear what sounds like some sort of scurrying amongst the brush. And soon they could hear noises all around them. At first, they were thinking it was a mountain lion or coyotes, but they knew they weren't alone. As they sit there in the pitch black and it's just total darkness, they can hear something start to move closer to them. And that's when Dave feels something on his leg and he realizes something is sniffing him. And then whatever this is just walks back into the desert. And that's when Dave realizes, wait a second, I have my dad's hunting bag and inside is this thermal monocular. I can use this to see in the dark and we can figure out what is around us. So he pulls out the monocular, he turns it on, and when he looks out into the desert, he can see what look like these very skinny men walking on all fours, just crawling around the desert. And that's where he sees this hole in the side of a hill. And he said these things were going in and out of it almost like they were ants. And for hours, they watched these things just walking, crawling through the desert all around them. And then finally, as the sun starts to rise, these things go back into this hole and into the earth. And that's when they got up and they made their way out of there. And eventually they found a trail and they were able to get back home. But he said still to this day, he does not like to go to the Superstition Mountains.